I remember my English teacher in seventh grade showed us a story one time that opened with, in every true story, someone dies. This is a true story. I remember when I was really the only paladin when Moonglow kind of exploded because Bloodberry came back to the game after a year and a half absence and tried to resume control over a group of people and a game that he was unfamiliar with. Massive egotism, no one wanted to deal with it, so we dipped out. And I remember the night that we made that new shell with Djeki, me, and I don't remember who else it was, but I do remember that the initial base of that link shell forming, it came down into the dungeon beneath Sandoria to help me try to get an Ascalon from that stupid notorious monster Shade. But while we were reforming, Djeki and I were tanking things in Moonglow, but that all changed, and he ended up mostly being a red mage. Props to him for red mage ninja tanking Ultima weapon. That was pretty sweet. And also props to the samurais for trick attacking the weapon skills onto him, because a red mage, all you can do is spam blind with 2 Macolato +1s. It's not really that great. It's something, but it's not that great. So we needed another tank, you know? And then comes along this guy, Shizoki. And when tanks in an endgame shell, I don't know if other classes did this to the extent that tanks did this. When another tank joins an established link shell, it is a dick measuring contest, okay? What body pieces, plural, do you have? What headgears, what necklaces, what earrings, rings, feet, belt, you know, every single thing is, do you have like an optimal HP setup? What's your damage resistance setup? What's your magic resistance setup? What's your parrying skill level at? Shizoki and I, it was like kind of a bathroom mirror, I guess. We weren't exact clones of each other. There was a bit of disparity, obviously, but despite those minor gear differences, our play styles were also so similar that it became very easy for us to trade aggro. This was really important this one morning. This was like 5 a.m. for me. It was me and a red mage, a bard, summoner, and gosh, I don't even remember what else we had. It was like some bare minimum. I needed the fire resistant song. I needed Barfira from a white mage. We needed MP regen. We needed some massive amounts of MP to tolerate the horrendous amount of damage coming in. The bard was mostly like spamming erase on me more than anything. And Paralina, thank God for that bard. Through all the earthen ward and everything, that was horrifying. But then Shizoki comes down like Superman. It doesn't even say anything. He can just tell by what's going on, the number of people in Mount Zalom. He knows. He just shows up like nowhere. He gets invited into the party and just immediately, drops a big cure on me. I was like, yo, I love you, Shizoki, even though you got your Valor Surcoat 10 minutes after me, and I was trying to get it for 2.5 years. I got it off the Paladin NM. And then he just, boom, about a week after joining our shell, the second Dynamis run he joins is Dynamis Zarkabard. I finally get my Valor Surcoat. And then 10 minutes later, off just some regular mob on the way over toward the Red Mage Notorious monster, Just a regular mob drops a Valor Surcoat. We had never seen one, ever. Second Shizoki comes in our shell. Hey, here you go, boy. Both you tanks need this because you guys, you play off each other so well. And my gosh, do we play off each other. Ha! Man, when two tanks with ethereal earrings and Valor Surcoats trading aggro and covering each other with Refresh and Mage's Ballad too. That was the most fun I've ever had tanking anything in any game in my life. Was that year that Shizoki was with us, actually. And it was more than just our synergy tanking. Personalities were similar, but just different enough. We were interested in the same things, but we expressed them just a little different. And we traded money-making secrets with each other, things that we just don't tell other people, because these are like, if you tell other people, it's not going to be a moneymaker anymore, you know? And while we're doing that, we're trading music with each other. He introduced me to Poets of the Fall. Carnival of Rust is a song that I listen to this day because it's awesome, but also because it reminds me of Shizoki and how much I miss playing with him. There was one time he was considering selling his Kraken Club. So he goes to the Ergen City and he puts it in his bazaar for 80 million, which was actually pretty fair price across all the servers, honestly. Except he wakes up about 10 hours later. The first thing he does, he PMs me and he's like, dude, I put my Kraken Club up for 8 million gil. And no one bought it. It was in his bazaar all night for 8 million gil, and no one bought it. I was like, bro, you're so lucky, dude. You're supposed to keep that thing. You know, he's the type of guy who could just walk into, Argus and just, oh, hey, there it is. Oh, hey, Peacock Charm. Okay, I'll take that. Who does that? Like, who the hell does that? I know one other person who's done that. It was pretty funny, honestly. It's crazy, but it happens. But I think that was the problem, was our competitive nature. It was, I guess it was kind of like those American oil tycoons, John D. Rockefeller and what's his face. I'm sorry, I don't remember the other guy's name. You weren't the survivor. You weren't the winner. I don't remember your name. I'm sorry. But after his rival was gone, there was no drive to keep being better, and that's kind of what happened with me. There was a point where the only thing Shizoki and I really had a contestation between was our main hand weapon slot. What is the best main hand weapon slot for tanking endgame things? It's not the Joyeuse. The Joyeuse is an amazing, beautiful weapon, but you don't tank Cerberus with that thing. And it really came down to the Hop Declare. I'm not French, I probably said that wrong. Physical damage resistance on main hand, sword, meaning you can use a shield too, so you can parry and block and get that physical damage resistance. Calculated out, it was better than a Terra's staff. And we just went crazy over it, And one day, Shizoki snapped. He lost it. The Japanese players always got the claim first, because the servers for the game were based in Japan, so they had way less latency. So they always got the claim first. And it became too much for Shizoki. 5 months of camping this thing, and we never got a single claim on it, much less a chance of a drop. he lost it. And he said, well, if I'm never going to get it, then these guys aren't either. He puts on all of his Enmity Plus equipment, starts like Cure 4 bombing all the tanks, the White Mage, just everyone. Uses Sentinel for the Enmity bonus, pops Invincible, starts running away with it, drags it out of range. It goes unclaimed. He gets claim on it and then calls for help on it. And then everyone just had to scatter, wait for it to reset. And it was chaos. It probably took about 15 minutes for it to fully reset. And our link show was just hanging back, but we wanted to see the train wreck firsthand. Like, sorry, it was worth risking the death. But then we look in the bottom corner in the party list, and we see Shizoki is in Meridian Gaol. I've been there before. Remember I said Shizoki and I were very similar? Shizoki mouthed off. He mouthed off to everyone all the time. Nothing ever restrained his tongue or opinion, which was very strong. That's why I liked him. Remember in a previous story I said that I had the 3 strikes, but a senior GM had mercy on me and didn't permanently ban me? This was Shizoki's 3rd strike, and a GM did not have mercy on him. And so in that horrible mess of Kimara getting reset and just killing like 50 people, Shizoki was permabanned. I think if he had just attempted to steal it, I don't think anything would have happened. But he ended up killing like 50 people, and just never saw him again after that. Like he didn't post on our link shell forums or anything, so we just lost contact, unfortunately. But I'll always remember Shizoki, It was just this mild-tempered yet foul-mouthed, very opinionated, strong-willed, highly intelligent, skillful, tactical, brazen jackass. I loved that guy. I hope he's still alive. I still love him if he is. I have tanked in so many online games. I always play a tank. These days I kind of do a healer too, but I love tanking. It's where my absolute heart and soul goes in video games. I don't just play a tank because it's efficient or necessary. I play it because I love it. And I have never loved tanking anything more than the end game stuff that me and Shizoki tanked together. I've never felt more confident or more safe or secure in a raw brotherhood that I had with him for that perfect year that we tanked things together. So that's for my boy, my bro, my dog, my guy, my man, my dude, my brother, Shizoki. You're awesome, dude.